Before we really dive into InDesign, we should probably familiarize ourselves with the elements that make up the application window. To start with, I'll go up to the top to our menu bar. And I don't typically like to use the menu bar all that often. I like to use keyboard shortcuts to be as efficient as I possibly can within the application. But throughout this training, I'll use the menu bar to show you where items are and also point out the keyboard shortcut as we go along. Beneath the menu bar, we have what is referred to as the control bar, and this contains a number of elements for character and paragraph formatting and some other elements that we'll dive deep into as we move along here. And we have our tool panel, because everybody needs tools if you are going to create something. So our tools panel is located across the top here, and in later chapters we're going to dive deep into that as well. Under the menu application, we have what's called the Windows menu, because InDesign contains a lot of panels, and most of those panels can be found under the window menu as well. And we can see some of the panels off to the side here, and if I click the little arrow button, that's going to expand it out a little bit more. And at the center, or the center of my document, I have what is called my pasteboard. Now up at the top here, I can see the name of my document, and then I kind of have this white space, and this white space, or the pasteboard, allows me to move items or content off to the side of the page that perhaps I'm not going to use right away, or I'm going to use later and bring it back onto my page. But anything contained in the pasteboard area is non-printable. So if I scoot up here a little bit, and you see this little black line, anything that falls out of that black line is considered non-printable. So that black line kind of works as a guide. And then if we look on the inside here, we'll see that we have different colored guides, like we have blue guides or purple guides, and this top line is our margin. And if we brings the lines out, then we have some column guides. And if you look at the very top here, we have this red line here, and that's our bleed guide. And I'll talk a little bit more about the bleed guide as well in later chapters. So we have our menu at the top, we have our control panel just below that, we have our tools panel off to the left, we have our pasteboard and workboard here in the center, and our panels off to the right, and that is essentially the application window. Now in our next lesson, I'm going to talk about how we can navigate throughout this application.